Hi everyone. Good evening and good morning based on your time zone. This is Kumaresan from Salesforce Developer Group Trichy. This is our first meetup in 2021. Today we're gonna discuss about Salesforce Experience Cloud. We have two awesome speakers from MST Solution, Vaishnavi and Subhastri. Team have around 2 years of experience in Salesforce platform, and today we're gonna discuss about what is Experience Cloud and how to build a site using Experience Cloud and what are the customization we can able to do in standard and custom features. Something like that we are going to discuss today. End of the session, we will have Q&A and we are going to announce the social media contest winner. At the same time, we are going to open another contest for win the certification voucher. So if you have any queries, you can ask in Q&A session. Also, you can raise your question in chat window. So let's start the session. First, I would like to welcome Vaishnavi to kickstart the session. Hi, Vaishnavi. You can start now.
Yeah, thank you, Kumaresan. Hi, everyone. Good evening, all. Thank you for your valuable time. I will share my screen. Please let me know once you are able to see my screen. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yeah, yes, Vaishnavi.
Yeah, thank you, Kumaresan. Yeah, okay. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining our community crew. Today we are going to explore about Road to Experience Cloud. Myself, Vaishnavi Arulraj. I'm working as a software developer in MST Solutions around 1.5 years. You can, if you have any questions or queries, means you can reach me through my personal Gmail account, and you can also reach my through Twitter account. And this was my LinkedIn ID. If you have any query, means you can reach out through my LinkedIn ID. Now let's get dive into our community. Most of us know what is community. I want to explain what is the basic things in community, and just like a basic definition in it. Like community is a brand spaces for employees, customers, and partners to connect in it. It is an interface in which you can build a web pages and service portals. In our Salesforce R, we can have multiple communities for different purposes. We can customize to our needs. Just a basic definition of community. And also its advantages are it drive more sales, and it has a beautiful branded experiences inside our community. It has using themes and templates. It has a awesome wonderful themes and templates in it, in which you can customize what you need. It also customize your user experiences according to your needs. These are the simple advantages of what is community, and why we need social sign-on in it. We're having communities through a login page. By giving username and password, we can simply get dive into a community. What is the purpose of having social sign-on in it? If we are offering social sign-on to give the customers convenient and secure experiences with universal deliverables. If a customer don't want to memorize the username and password every time, simply by giving your social sign-on, you can just log into your community. Social sign-on means like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, like that. Some of the advantages are it gives us a time saving, and also it leverages the user experiences. I don't need to read every point, just I will give a basic definition of it. It will reduces memorizing time of several username and password. It will attract our customers through into our community if we enable social login means, because customer feels very flexible and flexible way if we are providing social login to our community. Some of the key points in it are after Spring 21, our community cloud is renamed as an experience cloud. Some of the settings in it also changed. I will walk you through upon the upcoming slides. So the community cloud is renamed as an experience cloud. So now onwards, we don't call as a community cloud. So we need to call it as an experience cloud. And some of the key points are we can have up to maximum 100 communities in our Salesforce arc, including active, inactive, and preview mode. Active mode is something like once you create a community means it will in a preview mode. Once you activate means it will in the active mode. And once you deactivate means it will in the form of inactive mode. Inside communities, you can't delete a community. Rather than you can inactivate that community. If you are not using that community means you can simply inactivate that community. And some of the steps I will walk you through in the demo too, but I will show you some setup in that how to enable communities in our Salesforce Arc. After Spring 21 release, go to first setup, type digital experiences. In that, click settings. You need to enable this checkbox, enable digital experiences. Then only you can create a new community. And after that, you are going to give a domain name. And one important note is you can't change the domain name. So be aware of what you're giving in the domain name. So once you've given the domain name means we can't able to change it. So be cautious on that. And once you enable this community means that our setup will be like this. Go to setup, type all sites. In the all sites, all our communities will be displayed. Now we can quickly dive into our community demo. Can you all see my Salesforce Arc page?
Yes, Vishnu.
Yeah, thank you. This was the UI after you log into a Salesforce Arc by giving username and password. This was the UI after you log into your Salesforce account. Simply go to the setup, type digital experiences. In the settings, you need to enable the digital experiences. After Spring 21, the name only changed now onwards we are going to tell like communities rather than name of giving a community name. We are going to tell us a digital experiences or site. These are the names we are going to give to our community. Simply check this checkbox. After that only you can enable that community in our Salesforce Arc. After that, give a meaningful name so that it cannot be changed. It's been already registered, so this won't allows us to create in this domain name. Once you are giving domain name means you want to check availability, then only if it is available means then only we can use it. Yeah, this domain name is available, so I'm going to create in this name. An important point, after creating this community, we cannot change the domain name, so please cautious on that. Just give a click save. It will create a community for us. It will give a setup for communities to us. Success, you are created new communities. As I earlier said, it was mentioned here like maximum number of sites we can have like 100. So simply after this setting up the communities experiences, you have to click new. For building a new community, you have to click new. After that, you go to setup, type all sites. Just click that all sites. Simply that community creation steps. I'm going to create a new community. For that, click new. I already created one, so it was there. Like first, it will ask us to choose a template. To design our community, it pops up to choose our template. Like it has a various options in it. In the new feature, it is coming as a build your own. Like this all the some default template in it. Whatever theme or template you need, you just click on give your name, click get started, give the name of the community. This was the something like a community name you are going to create. It's give some a meaningful name. I'm giving community demo, and also URL is an optional one. After that, click create. Give always a meaningful name so that you can't remember again. Once you create a community means it will look like this. It will take just 5 minutes or 2 minutes to create a community. For time saving purpose, I already for time saving purpose, I already created one community. This was the community previously I created, social sign on. These are the two important features in it, workspaces and builder. Builder is something like in that you are going to drag and drop your custom components in it. Workspace is something like in that they're going to be a preset of administration. All those setups will be there in that workspaces. This is a builder page. I already created one LWC component, so I drag and drop here. Later on, Subhasri will carry forward the session like how to customize these pages. She will explain it in detail after this session. This was the page. In the workspaces, we have to click administration. These are all the settings. In this place, in the administration settings, you can simply activate or deactivate your community. If you're creating a community with some template, later on time you want to change a new template to your community means it is possible in community. Go to settings, simply click change template and choose your community for if you need another template means. And also some preferences are there. These things are self-explanatory. And also this was the main part. In this we are going to if an user is using login through an external ID means they need some profile inside our Salesforce. For that purpose, I have already cloned one customer community login user profile. I will show to you. So we need one profile, so that I cloned that profile for this community social login. How to clone it means simply go to the setup, type profile. It will give some profile. Simply click profiles. It will list down all your profiles inside your Salesforce Arc. This was that customer community log. These are the licenses which have been used in the community for profiles which have been used for exclusively for community. So I am cloning that customer community login user to create a new one. Already I created custom customer community login user. How I created means I like simply click clone and give your profile name and simply save it. Always clone a profile and use it. Give some meaningful name in this, like customer or something like that, and click save. For demo purpose, I have already created one profile using this profile. Clone this profile. That profile was custom customer login user. So I have been included that in this profile. And some login and registration. This is the main part in it. Communities, like if you want to defaultly in this place Salesforce logo will be there. If you want to customize your needs according to your customer purpose means you can also simply choose your file, and that file should be 155 according to this considerations. That file should be there. Like I have been put some in Gmail integration so that you can clearly understand. So something like we can change the background color, login button color, all those things we can change. I already enabled Gmail sync, so it was checkbox is there. This is something like self-explanatory things, and also we want to map that correct profile in this profile name, and also give that account name social login account. If an external user comes into our means through our community means, first that account will be created and contact will be created, and simultaneously user will be created. For that mapping purpose, I mapped under that social login account. I am having that inside our Salesforce R. I created one account. So what are the profile which comes through an external means, it will map under this social login account. And also these things are self-explanatory one. Then next thing is for social login, for enabling social login into our community. First step we need to do is like go to setup, type auth providers. Auth providers is something like an third-party API which is integrated inside Salesforce. Like I have been already created for Google Gmail sync. Now I'm creating for Facebook. Simply click new. And also I want to show one more thing like This was that community we just now we are created. It was defaultly in the preview mode. If you want to activate this means, go to administration and click activate. This was the community which I have previously built on it. Like inside this, it was showing only Google. Now we are going to provide for on Facebook. So simply click new. Provider name is Facebook. Salesforce gives you all authentications like for social login integration, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those things. Simply click Facebook. Give a meaningful name and these things. And also, if an user externally comes into our community means obviously it should have some Apex controller. For that, Salesforce automatically creates a registration handler by simply clicking this link. It will automatically create in it. And also it will ask us for registration execution handler as defaultly we give us as a system admin name, so we are giving here like. And also icon URL, it gives some three variant colors in gray, black, something gray, black and white. Whatever the customization you need, you can simply copy this URL and paste on that. Click save. Once you provided the auth provider means it will automatically creates an handler for you. I will open this handler in the developer console. Simply place that it will have some code in it, like it will be in that commented form. Like if you want your need means you need to customize those things. I'm opening that registration handler. Inside that, it will have some commented lines. In this, you have to customize as per your needs. I already used for Gmail integration. I have modified some of the codes in it, and also I will give you this code in the end of this PPT. This was that one I have created for Gmail integration. So this commented lines you should be create on your own. Like what are the customization you need to write on your own in this. After enabling this, you need to go to administration. Facebook is enabled for us. So, so here you can see previously this checkbox was not available. After creating the Tor provider, it is available. So click on the checkbox to visible to our end user. Click save, and it will be saved. Once you refresh this page means you can see here, like before it was not Facebook, now it came so like a Facebook. This was the one. And some of the codes I have previously customized to our needs. For the Gmail integration, for if it is to be created new user means it will comes under this method. And if it is to be an already in a used user means it will just update that user. These things are just like a self-explanatory Apex class. I have made modification inside this. And click all users. And here you can see that all those users. For Gmail integration, I have already customized our code to our needs. So I'm just going to that UI like login page and giving as a Google. Simply give your Gmail username and password. It will automatically respond to your code. For demo purpose, I'm giving this. I'm already having this Gmail account. You can all see like here that username is not available. I'm creating a new user in it. New user through a Gmail account. So I'm creating here, like simply give next, give your password. Once you click next means it will automatically redirect to your community. That is after successful login, it will goes to our home page. Like previously it was there, no user created in that name. After logging to your community, here you can see like checkuser77@gmail.com. This was the user just now we have created. And also it will use our cloned profile of a customer, cloned profile called custom customer community login user. This profile it will automatically takes, since we are since we are already given in that code. And you can also go to your account and see there. I was synced under the social login account. Previously there were 5 contacts. Yeah, now we can see that 6 contacts. Yeah, here you can see like this was synced here. This is how we can going to customize our through to our needs using social login. And this was the one. And some of the important key considerations in this also. And some of the key considerations are like in the administration part, you need to give your profile name correctly and account name correctly. Other than you will other than if you are not giving this correct profile name or account name, means you will face some issues or errors like this. Since I have already faced this, so I have been kept here. And also if you are assigning default owner, means that the system admin must have should a role. So then only if he is having a not role, means it will show some error like this, like there was error in registering a user. So these are all the things I faced while logging to our community, so just thought of letting you know. And these are the references which I have taken for that. And finally, thank you for your valuable time. If you have any questions, means we'll let you know at the end of the session. And I would like to call Subhashree for sharing the guest user profiles. Thank you.
Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah, yes, Subhashree.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Hello, everyone. This is Subhashri Rajendran here, working as software developer at MST Solution. The topic today we're going to discuss is about guest user and some of the updates on guest user. After the session, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me through my personal ID or via Twitter. You can also catch me on LinkedIn as Subhashri Rajendran. Let's dive into today's topic. You may all know about the guest user, which plays one of the important role in Salesforce communities. First, let's see what is guest user. A guest user is anyone you can use for applications like event management applications, volunteer applications, donation applications, and many more. In short, guest user refers to the user who can register for an event, sign up to volunteer, and make for donation to commit data into our Salesforce. Why we have guest user? Because site guest user is a special type of user that you can use in conjunction with the Force.com site or any application that utilize a Force.com site. Through this user, we can display the data selectively. Here are the few things you need to know about the guest user. We can't log in as guest user. Site guest user has no password, no roles, no session browsing, and no API access. By default, site guest user does not have any access to any objects, fields, or Visual Force pages. We can provide read create permission for standard objects, whereas create read update delete permission on custom objects. We can create up to 25 guest users in Enterprise Edition and up to 4 guest users in Developer Edition. In order to allow site guest user to view or create data for a record, you need to modify the settings in guest user profile. We can't see this user in our user list, and also we can't create this user like the way we create and manage other users. Let's see a quick demo on creating a guest user. Enter sites in the quick find box. Click on sites under develop. Click on new. Give the value for site label. And the value for site name will be populated automatically. Here you can choose the default record owner for the records created by the guest user. If you have developed any custom VF page for the home page, you can choose it over here. By clicking on save, the site guest user will be created. And actually, I have exceeded the number of license for my org, so I can't able to create the user. So we already have the existing user. So this is the way to create the site guest user. And if you click on public access settings, you can see the profile of guest user. Here, see the license is guest user, which represents the user is the guest user. You can also enable the permission for standard objects and custom objects based on your requirement. After the release of Winter 21, Spring 21, Salesforce removed the edit, delete, view all, modify all permission for the guest users. If you click on view users, you can see the guest user which was created just now. Now let's see some of the updates on guest user. Sharing settings in the quick find box. These sharing settings separate the org by default for registered user and guest users. Here, under other settings, you can see the checkbox for secure guest user record access. If this checkbox is enabled, the only way you can share your records with a guest user is by creating a sharing rule. By default, this checkbox will be enabled. Now let's see how to create a sharing rule to share your records with guest user. Input the value for the label. Value for rule name will be populated automatically. So if you want to share your record with the guest users, you need to choose the rule type as guest user access based on criteria. Here, by filling the criteria, you can choose which records you want to share. Here in the share with, you will have the list of site guest user in your org. You can choose whichever you want. And the default access level for this is read only. By clicking on save, sharing rule will be created. Here I have not specified any criteria for this. And now the next update is enter digital experience in the quick find box. Here, click on settings under digital experiences. Here, under role and user settings, there is a checkbox for allow using standard external profiles for self-registration, user creation, and login. Also from Winter 20, Salesforce restricted the use of external profiles. After the release of Winter 20, we can now enable the checkbox for allow using standard external profiles for self-registration, user creation, and login. All sites in the find box. Sorry guys, I'm facing a network issue. Sorry for the issue. Let's continue. So enter all sites in the quick find box. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, Subhasri.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Now click on filter. Now click on this button. Here, choose administration. Select preferences. And here we have a checkbox for let guest users see other members of this site under general settings. If this checkbox is enabled, we are allowing the guest users to see other members of this site. We can also choose the default owner of the records created by the guest user over here. And that's all for the updates for guest users. Now let's see how to customize a community. So as Vaishnavi said, the procedures for creating the community, the same procedure for creating the community. Let's consider I have a requirement to create a website, but my requirement is different, is not matched with any of these templates. So I'm going with build your own. Click on get started, input the value for name and the URL. By clicking on create, the website, the community will be created. Here I have an existing community which I have created already. Here we have 4 sections: components, theme, page structure, and settings. In the component section, we have a standard component and custom component. Standard component includes analytics, content, feeds, file, messages, process automation, records, support, etc. And as well as custom components is nothing but creating our own component using LWC or LC. So here I have a custom component, a third-party component, which I downloaded from App Exchange. Here I have included 4 buttons like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and email. If I want to include a print, Pinterest, Tumblr, or whatever, I have to enable this checkbox. By enabling this checkbox only means I can include other social media button. We can also choose the button alignment like right, center, or left, and also header alignment and header position. So this way, in this way, we can customize our custom component. To customize these things, we need to have property in our custom component. Like for example, let's consider like we have a property for this component. We can choose to change the background image of this component or background color or button color. So whatever we want, we can customize however we want using the property in our component. And next theme, we can also change theme. Here we have 7 themes and my requirement is not matched with any of this. So I went with build your own. And we can also choose the colors for text, navigation, login page, background color. And for images like background image, company logo, fonts for a header, primary font, text case. And then theme setting is setting the page width for the website. And then page texture. Settings. In general settings, we have public access checkbox. If this checkbox is enabled only means public can access your website. In theme, the theme is the same as what I said in the second section. And languages, you can choose the language whichever you want for the default site language. And navigation, you can also add your own navigation menu, SEO, CMS Connect. In advanced, you can also use Google Analytics. You can also export a template, theme, and page. If you have any updates in your community, you can see by going in the section. So that's how you can customize your community. That's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can share with us.
Team, if you have any queries, you can ask.
So one question here. What is CMS Connect, which was there in the left panel?
Yes, CMS is content management system. You can take the content from CMS and upload it in your community.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Why you guys are very silent? It's just like a normal discussion.
Subhashri, one more question here. Once we configure the guest user, how can we test it? You said we can't log in as guest user, but how can we test it? I mean, what guest user can access and the look and feel of the guest user, everything.
Yes, let me show how can you access guest user. So now I'm not going into builder. Now I'm going to view as a guest user. So I'm viewing this community as a guest user. If you log into the Salesforce and built on your own means, it's not guest user. If you are not logging in with as Salesforce user, but by viewing as an external user, will be a guest user.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, thanks Vaishnavi and Subhashri for the wonderful session. Let me start the discussion about the contest. Let me share my screen.